I remember the moment my dog knocked over a full glass of red wine onto my brand new, non-removable upholstery sofa. I scrubbed for hours, but the stains stayed, mocking me. That's when I decided I needed a slip-covered sofa. But navigating the market is a nightmare. Half of them look like you just draped a cheap bedsheet over a futon, and the others cost a small fortune. Today, I'm breaking down the top 7 slip-covered sofas I've personally tested, so you can avoid the baggy disasters and find the perfect match. Stick around for number 1. It's a game changer. 7. Tbfit 80.7-inch slip-covered couch. When I first ordered this piece, I was drawn to its minimalist aesthetic and its incredibly budget-friendly appeal. Unboxing it in my living room, the assembly process was relatively straightforward, taking me just under an hour to put together. The overall look is exceptionally clean, and the linen blend fabric gives it a decent initial presentation that fits rather well into modern or transitional spaces. It certainly looks like a much more expensive piece of furniture from a distance, which is a strong point in its favor if you're merely trying to stage a room on a tight budget. However, actually living with the Tbfit sofa for a few weeks revealed some noticeable flaws that I simply couldn't ignore during my testing. The slipcover itself, while made of a decent-looking fabric, entirely lacks the tailored precision you really need in a removable cover. After just a few days of normal sitting and lounging, the fabric began to stretch and bunch up awkwardly, requiring me to constantly tuck and readjust the edges to keep it from looking unkempt and baggy. This constant need for fabric maintenance quickly became a frustrating daily chore that severely detracted from the relaxing nature of having a comfortable couch. Furthermore, the overall cushion quality left a lot to be desired as my testing period went on. The foam used in the seat cushions initially felt somewhat supportive right out of the box, but clearly lacked the necessary density for long-term durability. Within just 3 weeks of daily movie watching, I noticed significant sagging in the middle seating area. The back cushions also started to lose their structural shape, looking deflated and offering very little lumbar support, which made long sitting sessions quite uncomfortable for my back and neck. 6. Utilbery Modern Slipcover 3-seater sofa. I was initially very excited to test this one because it features a very sleek, contemporary design that photographs beautifully. Getting it set up in the space, I appreciated the clean lines and the fact that it actually comfortably seats 3 adults without feeling overly cramped. The fabric felt smooth to the touch, and the initial rigid structure of the sofa gave off the impression that it would be a highly supportive piece of furniture for a modern aesthetic. Unfortunately, the major letdown with the Utilbery came the moment I decided to run the slipcover through a standard wash cycle. Despite following the care instructions meticulously, the fabric experienced noticeable shrinkage. When I attempted to wrestle the cover back onto the frame, the fit was incredibly tight to the point where the seams looked stressed and the zippers felt as though they were on the verge of snapping. Flimsy hardware on a slipcover is a massive oversight, as the entire point of the product is being able to remove and reapply the cover without feeling like you're going to break the sofa. The comfort profile of this sofa also left me wanting much more during extended testing sessions. The backrest is designed exceptionally low to maintain that modern, low-profile aesthetic, but this translates to absolutely zero neck and upper back support for anyone over 5.5 feet tall. Additionally, the seat cushions lean heavily on the firm side. Instead of sinking into a cozy embrace after a long day, you feel like you're sitting on top of a rigid bench, which completely defeats the purpose of a plush, relaxing living room sofa. While the Utilbery certainly scores higher than the Tbfit in terms of its structural frame and striking visual design, the practical execution of its slipcover drastically holds it back. 5. Serta Hawthorne 90.6-inch slipcovered queen. Serta is obviously a massive name in the mattress industry, and I was incredibly curious to see how their expertise translated into living room furniture. The biggest selling point of this sofa is that it doubles as a convertible sleeper, which adds an immense amount of utility to the piece. Setting it up, I was immediately impressed by the substantial weight and solid build quality of the frame, indicating that this piece was built to last through years of regular use. What truly impressed me during testing was the implementation of Serta's Dream Coil technology in the seat cushions. Unlike the previous two sofas on this list, the Hawthorne offers a beautifully balanced sitting experience. The coils provide excellent bounce and support, while the surrounding foam adds a layer of plush comfort that doesn't sag or warp out of shape after a few hours of lounging. The slipcover itself is also remarkably well-tailored. It drapes securely over the frame and stays perfectly in place, managing to avoid that messy, draped sheet look that plagues so many lower-tier slip-covered sofas. Because it is a sleeper sofa, I had to test the pull-out queen bed, and I was pleasantly surprised by the results. Most sofa beds are notoriously uncomfortable, featuring thin mattresses and bars that dig into your spine. However, the Serta Hawthorne utilizes a much thicker, more supportive mattress that actually provided a great night of sleep for my guests. Furthermore, when I accidentally spilled some morning coffee on the slipcover, it came right off, washed beautifully in a standard cycle, and slipped back onto the frame without a single millimeter of shrinkage. 4. HULALA Home Patrice 80.7-inch slip-covered sofa. From the moment I unpacked this sofa, the sheer luxury of the down-filled cushions immediately caught my attention. There's a distinct difference between standard foam seating and the cloud-like embrace of real down, and the Patrice delivers that high-end feeling right out of the box. The silhouette of the sofa is elegant, featuring slightly sloping arms and a beautifully relaxed skirt that completely conceals the legs, giving it a high-end, breezy coastal vibe that instantly elevated my living space. Sitting on the HULALA Home Patrice is an absolute dream. The down fill creates a lived-in, deeply cozy comfort that actively molds to your body as you sink into it. The fabric of the slipcover is a heavy-duty, wonderfully textured material that feels robust and durable while still remaining soft against the skin. Unlike cheaper slipcovers that slide around every time you shift your weight, this one has a satisfying weight to it, allowing it to drape naturally and maintain its elegant shape even after a long afternoon of binge-watching television. I put this sofa through a rigorous washing test because down-filled sofas can sometimes be tricky to manage. Taking the slipcover off was surprisingly easy, thanks to high-quality, smooth gliding zippers that didn't snag or catch. I washed the cover on a cold cycle and opted to air dry it to be completely safe. It came out looking pristine, with no color fading or warping, and putting it back onto the plush cushions was a seamless experience. This sofa comfortably secures the number 4 spot because it strikes a magnificent balance between luxurious comfort and practical maintenance. The only minor caveat, and the reason it doesn't break the top 3, is that down-filled cushions inherently require regular plumping and fluffing to keep them looking pristine and full. 3. Better Homes and Gardens Waylen Slipcover Sofa. I purposely ordered this sofa in the cream color, which is usually a terrifying prospect for anyone with children or pets, specifically to put its washability to the ultimate test. Right away, the design of the Waylen blew me away. It boasts a timeless, classic aesthetic with its beautifully rolled arms, deep seating, and neatly tailored skirt. It genuinely looks like a high-end designer piece that you would expect to cost triple its actual retail price. The craftsmanship of this sofa is remarkably solid, featuring high-resiliency foam cushions that hold their shape beautifully. Unlike down cushions that require constant fluffing, the foam in the Waylen bounces back instantly, providing a neat, tidy appearance with zero daily maintenance. The sitting experience is wonderfully supportive but still plush enough for a Sunday afternoon nap. The fabric is a thick, durable cotton blend that breathes incredibly well, meaning you won't get uncomfortably warm sitting on it during the hot summer months. To truly test the slipcover, I intentionally smeared a small amount of chocolate and dropped dark soda directly onto the cream fabric. I let it sit for a few minutes before removing the cover. The heavy-duty zippers made removal a breeze, and after treating the spots and running it through a heavy-duty wash cycle, The cover emerged looking absolutely brand new. There was no residual staining, no fraying at the seams, and most importantly, it retained its exact structural dimensions, sliding back onto the frame with perfect, tailored precision. The Waylen earns its spot in the top 3 because it offers simply incredible value for the money. It delivers undeniable style, exceptional everyday durability, and a slipcover that truly performs under pressure. 2. Sunset Trading Cloud Puff Slipcovered Modular Sectional. The name tells you exactly what to expect, and let me tell you, setting this massive, modular masterpiece up in my movie room was a revelation. Because it is modular, you have the ultimate freedom to configure the pieces exactly how you want them, adapting perfectly to the unique shape of your room. The scale of this sectional is grand, offering incredibly deep seating that practically begs you to curl up and relax. The comfort level of the Cloud Puff is genuinely off the charts. It features feather pillow top seating over high-density foam, resulting in a sink-in comfort that feels like a warm hug. It is the kind of sofa where guests will inevitably end up falling asleep. What impressed me, just as much as the comfort, was the dual performance fabric used for the slipcovers. Right out of the box, this material is engineered to resist moisture and stains. Water simply beads up on the surface, giving you plenty of time to wipe away a spill before it ever has a chance to set into the fabric. When it was time to test the washing process, the Cloud Puff passed with flying colors. Removing the covers from the various modular pieces was simple, and they handled the washing machine flawlessly. Despite the sheer volume of fabric, everything dried beautifully and fit back over the feather cushions effortlessly. The fabric doesn't pill, and it maintains its soft, inviting texture even after multiple washes. The Cloud Puff only misses the number 1 spot because its massive footprint requires a significantly large room to really shine, and the feather cushions do demand occasional plumping to look their best. 1. Sunset Trading Horizon Slipcovered Sofa. From the absolute very first moment I sat on this sofa, I knew it set the gold standard for what a slip-covered piece of furniture should be. It doesn't just look good. It is structurally engineered with a level of craftsmanship that is rarely seen outside of custom-built furniture. Underneath the beautiful exterior lies an 8-way hand-tied heavy-gauge steel spring system. This is a premium construction technique that provides unparalleled, even support across the entire frame, ensuring the sofa will never sag or creak over time. The slipcover on the Horizon is nothing short of genius. It utilizes a highly advanced performance fabric that feels incredibly soft and luxurious to the touch, yet repels liquids almost magically. The tailoring of this cover is so incredibly precise and snug that multiple guests in my home refused to believe it was actually a slipcover until I physically showed them the hidden zippers. It completely eliminates the baggy, wrinkled look of traditional slipcovers, maintaining a crisp, elegant silhouette that anchors the living room beautifully. I have truly lived on this sofa. I've washed the cover multiple times, I've had pets jump all over it, and I've spent countless hours working and relaxing on it. Through it all, the Horizon has held up impeccably. The cushions strike the absolute perfect balance between plush comfort and resilient support, meaning you never feel like you're sinking too deep, nor do you feel like you're sitting on a stiff board. The covers emerge from the wash looking factory new, retaining their shape, color, and liquid-repelling properties. The Sunset Trading Horizon is the ultimate slip-covered sofa because it compromises on absolutely nothing. It offers the structural integrity of a high-end heirloom piece, the sophisticated look of a tailored custom sofa, and the rugged, washable practicality that modern life demands.